There is a tension in today's sky that most Scorpios will feel before they understand it, the pull between what your career demands and what your home life needs, both refusing to wait their turn. If you have been sensing that someone wants an answer right now, that pressure is real, and it is written directly into today's chart. Here is what is actually happening up there, and more importantly, what to do about it. Today, the sun sits in your career house, directly opposing Pluto in the house that governs your home and private world. In plain terms, that means the part of you that has to perform, answer to authority, and protect your reputation is pulling hard against the part of you that just wants privacy, safety, and control over your own space. This is a Western tropical placement, and it is the backbone of everything else happening today, so hold on to it. We will come back to it more than once, but I will not re-explain it every time. Layer onto that a second detail from the Vedic, or sidereal tradition. The moon is currently moving through Sagittarius for you, which tends to energize ambition and mental focus. Vedic astrologers watching today's sky would tell you this is a genuinely favorable window for finishing tasks you have been putting off, especially anything academic or requiring sharp thinking. So you have got one system telling you there is friction at the top of your chart, and another telling you the moon is quietly handing you momentum. Both are true at once. That is not a contradiction. That is just how a real day works. There is a third piece worth knowing. Jupiter is approaching what is called a cazimi for you soon, meaning it moves extremely close to the sun from your vantage point. Practically, that translates to more visibility. People are watching your projects a little more closely than usual right now, whether you ask for that attention or not. Take a breath here, because this next part is personal. You may have noticed that lately, saying what you actually think feels riskier than usual, like the stakes went up without anyone telling you. That is not your imagination. With authority and home life already pulling against each other, your instinct might be to smooth things over, to say less, to keep the peace. But here is what almost every horoscope skips. This is not a day that rewards silence. The visibility Jupiter is bringing you works best when you are honest, even a little unfiltered. So let us talk about what this actually looks like once you leave the chart behind and step into your actual day. In relationships, that same Sun-Pluto opposition tends to surface control issues, not necessarily dramatic ones, but the quieter kind. Partner or close friend might want more certainty from you than you are ready to give. Or you might catch yourself wanting to manage someone else's choices instead of your own. The energy today leans toward loosening that grip. People with this placement often report that the moment they stop trying to steer every interaction, the interaction improves on its own. If an unexpected conversation or a new connection crosses your path today, there is a real chance it feels lighter than anything you have navigated this week, precisely because you are not white-knuckling it. And here is where it gets interesting when we bring career into the picture. That same opposition does not disappear when you clock in, it just changes costume. A professional demand may collide today with something personal that cannot simply be pushed to tomorrow. Maybe it is a family obligation, maybe it is just your own need for downtime, but whatever it is not going to politely wait outside the meeting room. The move here is not to pick a side and defend it loudly. It is to decide, before you react, what outcome actually matters more than proving who is in charge. Offer clear options. Put agreements in writing. Calm, steady authority reads as far more powerful today than force ever will, and that applies whether you are the one asking for flexibility or the one granting it. That same steadiness pays off financially too. With scrutiny elevated thanks to Jupiter's approach, this is a smart window to make sure your numbers, contracts, or financial commitments are documented clearly rather than left as verbal understandings. Nothing dramatic is indicated here, just a quiet nudge toward precision instead of assumption, because assumptions tend to be the thing that comes back around later wearing a different face. Let that sink in for a moment, because here is what makes today genuinely rare. You have one planet demanding public performance and another demanding private control at the exact same time, in the exact same intensity. Most days ask you to choose between being seen and being safe. Today is not asking you to choose. It is asking you to be both visible without losing your footing at home, honest without losing your composure at work. Screenshot that if you need to remember it later, because it reframes everything else happening today. That tension shows up in your body too, if you let it build unchecked. Perfectionism is the trap today, the urge to make everything just so until the pleasure drains out of it. There is real relief available, though. A gentler, healing influence is active in the part of your chart connected to daily wellness, easing some of that intensity if you let it. A short walk, a mindful lunch away from your desk, even 10 minutes of restorative movement can shift more than you would expect. Some Vedic practitioners might suggest planetary remedies for stress like this: certain colors, mantras, or gemstones aligned with disciplined energy, but that kind of prescription genuinely depends on your individual birth chart, so treat it as something to explore with a practitioner rather than something to adopt today. What is universally safe, though? Pale yellow is considered a supportive color for you right now, so if you are choosing an outfit or even just a mug for your coffee, that small detail is not nothing. At home, that same push-pull continues quietly. Family members or people you live with may feel more sensitive to control right now than usual, so the instinct to manage a situation for their own good is worth noticing before you act on it. A slower pace with the people you love tends to serve you better today than trying to fix or direct. Socially, an unplanned encounter has real potential to brighten your outlook, not because the stars are promising romance or friendship outright, but because you are more receptive today than usual, and receptivity tends to attract exactly what it needs. If travel comes up today, nothing here suggests real caution, just a gentle reminder to build in a little more flexibility than you normally would, since today's energy does not love rigid plans. Spiritually, this is a good day to practice release rather than control, noticing where you are gripping something that would actually move more smoothly if you let it. For those of you who like the details, the window between 1:15 and 2:30 in the afternoon is considered especially favorable today, and pale yellow remains your supportive color if you want something tangible to carry with you. So if there is one thing to walk away with, let it be this. Confirm your agreements in writing before the day gets away from you. Protect one boundary that keeps you steady rather than defending all of them at once. Take one real break away from your desk, and notice one moment today where loosening your grip actually makes things easier instead of harder. That is the whole day in 4 moves. You do not need to control every outcome today to come out ahead. You just need to stay calm enough that people trust what you say. That, more than anything else in today's sky, is the quiet power Scorpio holds right now. If this felt like it was speaking directly to your day, you already know what to do with that.